From finding a missing guest in a suspicious manor, to trying to get enough wealth to pay off the ferryman in purgatory, all the way to being whisked away to a land where only children remain. This much and more in upcoming indie. First this week we have MotionRec, a recording-based puzzle action game built around the concept of recording and playback. Use this ability to guide Rec, the civilization recording robot, through a devastated world. You can record the trajectory of your movements from walking to jumping, use the world around you to create and record more complex movements to traverse the world. Reach places too high to jump to, and even access spots where there's nothing to stand on. You can only play back your movements a certain number of times mid-air, so choose wisely. Make good use of Rec's ability to unravel the mysteries behind this devastated world ruled by machines. MotionRec, though having a simple concept, being able to find the correct location and usage for all these recordings is going to be pretty interesting. Alongside that, a beautiful soundtrack to enjoy along the way makes MotionRec worth a look. Next is the 4-player co-op survival game Mimesis. When the cursed rain falls, Mimesis appear, perfectly imitating your teammates, bringing a new level of tension you've never experienced before. Mimesis will imitate you and your allies perfectly. Behavior, voice, anything humans can do, they can too. Collect your allies, stay alive, and avoid the many pitfalls while trying to collect enough scrap to repair the tram. With every run providing new threats and ever-changing environments, you need to escape before it's too late. Mimesis is another fine collection to the survival horror genre, looking to put itself beside the staples such as Repo and Lethal Company. Can't wait to bring together some friends to ultimately fail together. The Horde Wants You Dead is a casual top-down shooter with up to 4-player online co-op. Ambushed by an angry horde, you and your friends face a fight for survival against thousands of relentless enemies. Test your skills over 5 levels of challenge with increasing horde size, new enemy types, and new weapons. Keep your bullets flying, throw grenades at large groups, and roll away from danger. Learn and adapt to different enemies using all the tools at your disposal to match their quickly overwhelming numbers. With full ragdoll physics for all enemies, send bodies and dismembered limbs flying through the air with perfectly placed grenade. Watch as blood spurts out from every hit, slash, and bullet hole dynamically covering the arena. I've had the opportunity to mess around with the demo for The Horde Wants You Dead, and the base game is a really nice feel. I would recommend having the upgrades be a tad bit more influential, but otherwise a great start. Explore endless labyrinths of eerie hallways while being hunted by an evil spider Teddy. Locate different rooms, complete tasks, survive the surreal corridors, and find the escape from your nightmare in Exitless. Explore your nightmare consisting of 3 different worlds, your house, a cave, and a hedge maze. Each world holds its own puzzles and secrets. Always watch your volume while exploring the corridors. A terrifying nightmare creature is never far. Always look out for safe spaces. Facing a nightmare creature head-on is a losing battle. Your best chance at survival is to find a hiding spot or escape before it's too late. The only way out of your nightmare is to find all 3 dreamstones. Complete tasks that help you unlock new areas, solve puzzles, and search for clues to locate them. Exitless, though described as a short experience, does look very compelling. I'm a sucker for these kinds of visuals, and being scared for shorter bursts is probably better for me anyway. Alone in the dead of night, you find yourself sent on a simple errand to check on a quiet gas station on the outskirts of town. But nothing here feels right. You can't outrun this place. It wants you, and it will keep you. Every step forward drags you deeper into a nightmare of fractured reality and unseen terrors. Strange voices whisper in your ear, shadows stretch and writhe, and choices you make will carve your fate. Experience a slow burning descent into paranoia, dread, and disturbing imagery. A handcrafted world with eerie animations and lighting, alongside a chilling original soundtrack and ambiance that reacts to your actions. Loop Error looks a little too creepy for me. I'm not one to indulge in creepypasta, but I'm sure others will be happy to dive right in. I'll be in the corner looking once in a while. Escape Simulator 2 is a sequel to the best-selling escape room game, bringing a fresh take on first-person puzzles with a variety of new rooms to explore. Solve intricate puzzles, uncover hidden secrets, or craft your own escape rooms with Room Editor 2.0. Explore new locations crafted with the help of escape room experts and legendary community builders. Each room pack contains 4 rooms filled with intricate puzzles and hidden mysteries. Enjoy new, larger rooms and areas to explore, such as Dracula's castle, a starship, and following a pirate treasure map. With up to 8-player co-ops, step into Escape Simulator 2 and feel like you're walking into a real-life escape room. Every detail is designed for interactivity. You can pick up and examine objects, wipe away dirt, drive vehicles, take a seat wherever you like, and move anything that's not bolted down. I've had time with the original Escape Simulator, and more of the same on a grander scale sounds great to me. I'm a big fan of escape rooms in general, so I can't wait to hop on this one as soon as possible. It's October 29th, 1897, and private investigator Declan Ward arrives at Blake Manor to find a missing woman. What he finds is the Grand Seance, and a group of mystics who've gathered from all corners of the world waiting for All Hallows Eve, the night when the veil between worlds is thinnest, the night to tear down the barrier and speak to the dead. Interview and interrogate your suspects, keep a record of all evidence, motivations, and clues in your journal, and confront them about their motivations when you're certain of your deductions. Uncover the truth about Blake Manor and the mysterious seance that has brought everyone together. But be careful, each action counts the day down. Be in the right place at the right time to catch critical events pertinent to your investigation. Everyone has their own agendas and schedules. It could truly be a loss to miss out on a quick chat by mistiming your actions. And who knows what hidden secrets lie in wait once you've turned in for the night. The Seance of Blake Manor looks like so much fun. And as someone who loves Phoenix Wright, investigation games are always super enjoyable to me. And from everything we've seen thus far, this is definitely down my alley. Next we have Bloodright, a classic survival horror reimagined in 2.5D. Gather resources, craft what you need, and defend yourself against every shadow in a haunting minimalist world. On a fog-covered night, Adrian's car breaks down on a desolate road. Searching for help, he finds a looming mansion and steps inside only for the door to lock behind him. With no way out, he must navigate its dark corridors, piece together its buried secrets, and survive the horrors that now stalk him in the shadows. Explore the mansion's decaying halls, uncover hidden pathways, and piece together the story. Survive against the horrors that lurk in the dark, manage your limited ammo, choose your battles wisely, and make every shot count. With clear inspirations from Resident Evil and Alan Wake, Bloodright is looking super interesting. I love the visuals, and in general games that follow this formula in the first place, I'm looking forward to what Bloodright can provide. The rogue AI Hive has seized control of the planet in Mech Havoc. Take command of a deadly fleet of war machines, from nimble weaponized delivery trucks to towering heavy mechs. Complete missions, upgrade your arsenal, and equip your machine with powerful weapons. When firepower isn't enough, unleash artillery strikes and crush waves of killer robots in explosive battles. Unlock high-tech equipment like lasers, railguns, and experimental mechs, or go all in with missile barrages and heavy tanks. Build your perfect loadout and dominate the battlefield your way. Face off against a variety of hostile automatons, each with unique strengths and weaknesses. Clear swarms of detonating drones with grenades, or bring out the heavy guns to dismantle towering war machines. At first glance, Mech Havoc just looked like a Flash game I would have played many years ago, but the longer you look, the more impressive it becomes. With its massive upgrade tree and customization, this one surprised me more than anything else. Scare away all the invading Hoomanz, a stealth adventure game packed with coziness and humor. Featuring non-combat gameplay and family-friendly content, play as Shu, the mythical guardian of planet Earth with a hidden dual nature. On planet Earth, darkness is nature's friend and light is its enemy. As Shu, you must navigate through the dark, otherwise you'll get chased and squished with a hug. When you scare a Hooman, they'll get yeeted off the planet, but it's not as easy as it sounds. You must stress the Hooman first. You do that using the environment and its tools. Lure them with a cute purr, throw bottles, snap twigs, sabotage lights, frozen Yeti jump scares, dance around dangerous traps. Shu's toolkit is full of mischief. There's no right way to scare off a human, so get inventive. I love the creativity that comes with Hoomanz. It's kind of like the old VR missions from Metal Gear, just fluffy and no choking. With the wonderful visuals and silliness all around, Hoomanz looks like family-friendly fun. Take command in Europe's greatest 18th century war, equip and customize regiments, manage supplies, and engage in brutal real-time battles across procedural campaigns. Resources and replacements are scarce, and keeping your best men alive may matter more than any single victory. Master of Command is a real-time tactical strategy game set during the 7 Years' War. You take control of an army, manage its supplies, engage enemy forces, and shape your campaign through difficult choices and decisive battles. Every encounter, every piece of equipment, and every soldier lost matters. At its core, Master of Command is about the relationship between your army and the world around it. March too far and your men will starve. Rest too long and the enemy will reinforce. Your troops rely on you just not to lead them into battle, but to keep them fed, equipped, and alive long enough to reach the final objective. I've seen plenty of RTS games in this vein, and Master of Command really catches the eye. I don't know if it's the visuals, the character models, or the way it's presented, but it just seems to fit right. Plus, with everything it's offering, it seems like a strategy player's dream. 1998 A Tollkeeper Story is a narrative simulation game where you play as a mother-to-be working as a tollkeeper in the fictional country of Janapa, a nation on the brink of chaos. Navigate daily challenges and make difficult moral choices to survive, all for the sake of your unborn child. The nation is crumbling, protests erupt, prices skyrocket, and trust in authority fades. Every shift you inspect vehicles, verify documents, and decide who gets the pass, all while trying to stay safe, keep your job, and protect your child. You're not a hero or a fighter, just a regular human being trying to endure overwhelming hardship. But even your smallest decisions carry consequences. Will you follow every rule, or look the other way when someone begs for help? Can you stay strong through fear, uncertainty, and pressure? A Tollkeeper Story has some obvious inspirations from Papers, Plays, but does with a different feel. The closer ties to the character and their story pulls at your heartstrings and brings about a compelling story. Watch the trailer on your own time to get the full idea, and give the story a try. Welcome to Death by Scrolling, a roguelike vertically scrolling RPG set in the chaotic depths of Purgatory Incorporated, now under new management. Choose your character, each with unique perks and abilities, and race upwards through endless levels. Battle bizarre monsters, dodge death itself, and collect gems to pay the Ferryman's exorbitant fee. With each screen inching upward, time is never on your side. Outsmart the Reaper, grab power-ups, complete quirky side quests, and shop from vendors mid-run. Stay alive, pay your dues, and maybe, just maybe, you'll cross that river. There's not much more to say about Death by Scrolling. The concept is simple, but the execution is hectic. With a screen constantly encroaching and death with it, you have to be quick with your decision making, and that formula looks like it's going to be a blast. Silly Polly Beast is an otherworldly story-driven shooter with aggressive gunfights and terrifying monsters. Prepare for a unique gameplay experience blending world exploration with battles from both side and top-down perspectives. Ancient forbidden knowledge will bolster your strength. With each new spell mastered, Polly's power grows deadlier. With the power of your fog bracelet, Polly is able to navigate the underworld, avoiding the deadliest of locations, of which there are many. You'll encounter denizens of the otherworldly realm, not all of which are against you, but none of which whom are on your side. Silly Polly Beast looks so cool. I love the art style and illustrations, alongside the interesting gameplay. Seeing you smack enemies with your skateboard or blast them with a revolver is very satisfying. Plus, what looks to be skateboarding segments definitely puts this on my radar. Looking forward to seeing more soon. A 3-course meal of an adventure, restaurant manager, light survival RPG, and life sim all set up in the zany universe of the Horseshoe Nebula. As the galaxy's soon-to-be premier chef, it's up to you to seek out the finest ingredients from alien planets, cook delicious dishes, and serve them to customers in the comfort of your fully customizable space trailer. There's a whole universe of ingredients out there. Explore distant planets, derelict space stations, and your own basement for plants, critters, and other tasty morsels. Along the way, you'll come across space pirates, ancient ruins, and a suspiciously high number of recently abandoned restaurants. Keep an eye out for rare resources that you can use to upgrade your gear, kitchen equipment, and spaceship. Craft over 140 different dishes, from simple home-style beefle skewers to the legendarily tricky Octo Egg Surprise. Wow your customers with delicious food and speedy service, and you'll earn the astronomical culinary excellence stars that mark your path to intergalactic culinary success. Space Chef includes so much in a single title, and cooking games in general have a special place in my heart. To have a whole slew of planets and locations to explore and recipes to discover has me hungry for more. It's 1986, and you're stranded in the Bermuda Triangle, but not alone. Trapped in a terrifying loop with a monster, you'll have to stay one step ahead to survive and uncover the truth. A missing father, a haunted ship, and 13 doors. Emily's father has vanished, and the only clues to his disappearance lie aboard a ship lost in open waters. To find him and just maybe bring him back, you'll have to unlock 13 mysterious doors hiding in the ship's dark, narrow corridors, all with a monster stalking your every move. Ira Prologue is just the beginning, the opening of a sprawling story set in a new, original horror franchise. The aesthetics of Ira are looking spot on, and I'm hoping to see a bit more of what they're cooking. Considering they're describing this as a prologue, I'm hoping for a good bit of story and not just a cliffhanger ending, but if things are as they describe, this should be a series to keep an eye on. In Earth vs. Mars, a turn-based strategy game, an unlikely group of commanders will lead Earth's military as they face an overwhelming Martian invasion, fight high-tech saucers, grav tanks, and elite alien warriors in a battle for the planet's survival. Your secret weapon is the Splicitron. With it, you can combine human volunteers with Earth creatures to create powerful hybrid super soldiers to fight alongside Earth's regular military, rain acid from the skies with the fast-moving cheetah fly, charge through enemy lines with devastating human rhino hybrids, or strike from the forest with your deadly squirrel cow infantry. As the campaign progresses, you'll unlock new types of creatures, powerful unit upgrades, and game-changing commander abilities, but as your army evolves, so will your enemies. I remember the Advanced Wars franchise fondly, and Earth vs. Mars reminds me of that greatly. I'm not particularly experienced with these titles, but it looks like a fun way to get destroyed regardless. Somewhere in our world, there's a secret room in a secret place filled top to bottom with ancient technology. When one young boy flips a switch on a curious old console, they're suddenly whisked away through the screen into a very strange somewhere else, a long since forgotten role-playing game. Blinking awake in this peculiar new place, they find themselves in a land of children. As you explore the world of stray children, you'll do turn-based battle with these oddball olders, where you can choose to fearlessly fight or use your words as weapons, landing a crushing blow with just a well-worded whisper. Deftly dodge the relentless barrage of their bottled-up emotions and discover the source of their strange stories. By touching their heart with your words, you might just be able to save their souls. Stray Children is looking absolutely gorgeous. I adore the visuals and storytelling we've seen, and the combat is also an unexpected half turn-based, half bullet hell amazingness. Can't wait to get my hands on this one, likely one of my top picks this week. Master the Skigill, a large skill tree spanning the entire battleground to power your character and survive waves of enemies. Unlock upgrades, weapons, and characters in a meta sigil after each game, and maybe you'll see the end. A vast magic sigil is etched on the battleground. Each one of its magic nodes provides a boon to its users, power-ups, weapons, and powerful perks. Each character starts with their own weapon, perk, and position on the battlefield, thus each of them have unique gameplay and strategies available. But just because you start in one place doesn't mean you can't work your way to other characters' locations. With 40 weapons to find and 30 powerful perks to include in your builds, each run will feel unique each time. After each run, unlock permanent boosts to help with your future endeavors. I love the idea of fighting on top of your skill tree. It's a very unique idea, and who doesn't love seeing the Final Fantasy X sphere grid back in action? Skigill is shaping up to be something very special. Descend into a world of horrifying experiments and occult rituals where every step plunges you deeper into madness. Featuring the survival mechanics that define the genre, reimagined with heart-stopping innovations, this game invites you to confront your fears like never before. Take on the role of an elite operative in the Reaper Intervention Platoon. Sinister experiments have turned a desolate backwater town into a nightmare filled with grotesque monsters and mind-controlled thralls. Flesh-Made Fear pays homage to the PSX-era survival horror that defined a generation. Drawing inspirations from the original Resident Evil trilogy, it masterfully blends intricate puzzles, heart-pounding combat, and dread-filled atmosphere. But this isn't just a nostalgic throwback, it's a bold evolution. Modernized controls, immersive cinematics, and a gripping story will keep you on the edge of your seat until the very last moment. The more games that adapt on the original RE franchise, the better in my books. Always enjoy going through these titles, and Flesh-Made Fear appears to be taking things a step further, hoping to hop in as soon as it's available. Step into the paws of the Nekomancer. To harness the power of necromancy, you'll have to draw glyphs on your screen. Draw a portal to seamlessly flip between realms of the living and the dead. Every room of the tower has 2 layouts, one for each realm. You'll need to master the art of swapping between life and death to traverse the tower. As a Nekomancer, you have access to spells of resurrection. To cast a resurrection spell, you need to take a ghost with the swipe of a magic-infused paw. Ghosts of different animal species require different glyphs to cast the resurrection spell. You must resurrect all ghosts in both realms to clear a path forward. Climb the tower's 9 floors, battle ghosts, talk to travelers, and unravel the dark mystery of Tombstone Tower. The glyph drawing of Nekomancer of Nowhere reminds me of DS games of yore and brought back some fun memories. The colorful characters and world-swapping mechanics look to put Nekomancer in a unique space and hope it gets as much attention as possible. Echoes of the Living is a dark classic survival horror inspired by the greatest hits from the 90s, focused on reimagining visual horror with fully 3D environments and current-gen graphics. In 1996, a small quiet town is engulfed in a mysterious fog, suddenly rising from a clear night. Their inhabitants have no clue of the horrors and chaos that were soon to be unleashed. Discover dark and bloodied streets, shaded interiors, and a plethora of nightmare-fueled monstrosities. Find a wide arsenal of weapons and equipment and adapt your playstyle to whatever adversaries cross your path. Enjoy the classic tank controls or swap over to a more modern control scheme to enjoy the action in whatever way you prefer. Echoes of the Living looks like a great addition to any classic survival horror fan, and with more content being added after release, check back in often for any updates and unlockables to enjoy. That's everything for this week. If there was anything you think I missed that deserves to be highlighted, let me know in the comments down below and I can take a look and maybe add them to the start of the next week. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, otherwise I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye now.